All right, we're live. What's going on, guys? It is the J&J Houston Sportscast. Danny better be here because I wore this beanie just for him today.
Hang on, bro.
But we're obviously going to start off by talking about the Texans. I mean, it's another one. It's another one where they won, but they didn't deserve to win. We couldn't enjoy this win, and when I say we, I'm talking about me and James. You guys heard his rant, I'm sure already, yesterday, which I thoroughly enjoyed, and I can't say I disagree with him on anything that he said. But with that being said, later on we will discuss playoff scenarios and whatnot and what the picture's looking like. But for now, let's voice our grievances about the game against New York. James, I understand you have a certain way you'd like to open right now, so the floor is yours, my friend.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Oh, they're going to kick our ass, and it's not going to be close. Fight, Eagles, fight. I wish I could have hope, but I just don't think I can. That's just the reality, man. I can't, dude.
Oh, my
I
God.
can't do it, man. After yesterday's rant, dude, I don't have anything more to add to that because that was pretty much just raw, just disdain for what this team is doing. And I find it funny, man. I hearing on the radio, I'm hearing all the fans in Soft Sports, and I'll probably get fans in this particular channel talking about how, well, look at what they've done. Yeah, funny part about that is look at what they've done, and they still haven't clinched a playoff berth.
Yeah.
Here's a scary thought. Look at what they've done, and they may not even make the playoffs. Interesting. A little kind of scary.
Yeah, it's
but there's a
amazing
great
to think that
possibility.
they're in the second seed, but they haven't clinched a playoff berth. That's
Nope.
amazing. And you know what? Credit to Tennessee
Well, I mean,
and Indianapolis for that.
San Diego's 11-3, right?
Yeah, they've already
clinched. They're a wild card.
Yep.
So I mean, my God, you're kidding me, man. Only in a world, bro, like this.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, the 1 year where you might, and I stress the word might, get the second seed, and you haven't even clinched the playoffs yet. Like there is a, albeit slight, a possibility you might not be playing in January. And with this team, with this team and this city's luck, it might just fucking happen too.
For real. You want a Houston curse, bro? That would be right up our alley.
Oh man.
I'm sorry. We lose our last two, and the people who need to win, and we miss the playoffs. Then here's my thought. This is where I start to chime in on this. So with that said, if we miss the playoffs and we still go 11-5, or we go 10-6, is that a successful season?
In terms of the eyes of the owner and general manager, I'd consider it in their eyes a successful season. But I personally wouldn't. I mean, there were a lot of games this season where you should have had your foot on the opposition's throat and kept it there. But you allowed them to get back into games and sometimes lost or barely won. I mean, we can go through the schedule and we can look at several games where Houston just got lucky or the game came down to a field goal. These guys right now are 10-4? They could easily be 4-10. That's just the reality of it. So, I mean, look, people can bash us on, enjoy the win. The reason we can't sit there and enjoy the win is
Preach it.
because week
Preach it.
after week we tell you
Preach it.
this team is not gonna win against the elite of the AFC, because you look at the rest of the top teams in the AFC, they're doing what we're not doing. Like I said in the last show, this is a passing league. Like James pointed out, in this day and age, you need to pass the ball to open up the run. The days of running the ball to open up the pass are essentially dead in today's football. Look at the top teams like New Orleans, the Rams, let me see, the Chiefs, the Chargers. They all have either balanced or pass-oriented offenses. The only team that I would say runs the ball to open up the pass right now are the Chicago Bears, but they have a very innovative offensive, mind in Nagy, who is their head coach right now. And I believe he's from the Reed coaching tree, if I'm not mistaken. So, exactly. So, I mean, I know it sounds like I'm hating on this team. I'm not. The personnel, the roster, it's great. As much as we give them crap for how terrible they play sometimes, this roster is a Super Bowl caliber roster. But
agreed.
The coaching is abysmal, and like we have in the title, Dumb and Dumber coaching the Houston Texans. That is what we have. We have, and I'll let you rant on the defense because you go much more in depth than I ever could on defense. But on offense, Bill O'Brien, if you are going to stay the head coach of this team, please give the reins of offensive coordinator to somebody else, because good God, you do not know how to call a game. You have Deshaun Watson. You have 2 all-pro wide receivers, 2 great tight ends, and an offensive line that isn't great, but it can hold its own. You have that, and you have Lamar Miller, who, like I say, week after week, is a much better receiving running back than he is a pure runner. But you want to run the ball. And when you can't run the ball, you don't win games. Look at all the losses that they've had. They weren't able to establish the run. If this team doesn't establish the run, it's over. Pretty much it's over. When you watch the playoffs and our run gets stuffed by these opposing defenses, you can pretty much just hang your hat up and call it a night.
Right.
If this team does not get the run going, they're not going to win. And one of their problems against New York was they struggled to get the ball going. They miraculously won that by passing a lot more than they usually do. And you can tell that the offense was a little flustered because they're not used to passing that much. And that falls on the coaches. And for people who say, oh, we are waiting for Bill O'Brien to just uncork this passing offense, he's saving it for the playoffs. Try that. See how it works for you. Repetition means everything. Practice means everything. If they're not getting these reps in during an actual game, you're going to wait to do that in the playoffs? It's not going to work. So this isn't going to win you a game against the Chargers, who I have winning the AFC. This isn't going to win you a game against the Chiefs. This isn't going to win you a game against the Patriots. These teams may be slacking off right now, but it's because they've punched their ticket. Trust me, when January hits, a whole new level of beast comes out of these players. And I don't see it happening with Houston purely because of their coaching.
It's difficult. It's because you want to, as a fan, you want to cheer it on. You want to enjoy the ride. You really do. And it's so funny because people, they just keep saying like, well, you're just negative all the time. I go, no, I'm just realistic all the time. I'm sorry, man. I keep it ridiculously real, 124 million times a minute, and I can't keep going. I don't sit there and pat myself on the back for a good job unless I meet this results that I'm looking for. I don't want consolidation prizes. I don't want second place, third place finishes. I don't want that. That's not how I'm made up. That's, I guess you could say, the competitor in me. Now, I'm not saying those guys want the same thing, but those guys are coached by two people who were content with the mean, and the mean is average coaching. Period. It doesn't matter how it goes, bro. Mr. Killer KB, welcome. Mr. Rabbit, welcome. We're just talking about just recapping basically because we didn't get to recap the other day on the whole Jets thing. And I'm pretty sure we're going to slide into the Eagles thing and we're going to cover a little bit of Astros news. But for right now, I have a question for John. What did you think about the Clemson D coordinator?
I love it. Obviously, I mean, look, you throw anything Clemson my way, I'm going to be a fan. But just pick any coach you want, man. That football organization, call it whatever you want, they know what they're doing, man. These past several years, they're always consistently on top. And I'm not going to compare them to Alabama because Alabama is going to be Alabama every year, but the players they produce, arguably, in my opinion, they produce a hell of a lot better talent than Alabama does.
I'll second that.
So
I'll take that one, I promise.
So get the guys who are coaching these youngsters, bringing them in, so that the ones that are taking over the league, like Deshaun Watson, Hopkins. Several years ago you had when he was hot, Spiller. I mean, we have a lot of Clemson players on our team right now.
Yep,
we have a lot. Houston loves them some Clemson, so you can't go wrong with any coach. My dream. Okay,
I know it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. But
don't be crazy.
But I can dream, all right. But
yeah, you can. But I'm not saying that. But Venables is a pluckable guy.
He is.
You can pluck him from Clemson,
and I'm willing to give it a go, man. At this point, after seeing how terrible the secondary has been looking, just soft defense all around, man. I am open to trying anything at this point.
I guess the whole point of my rant, man, was to express that I want someone who is frequently seeing spread offenses and does a fairly well job against them at the college level. Because as you guys can tell, the college game is 100% translating to the NFL.
Yep.
I've always said that's not true, but it's obvious now. Even someone old school like me, it's obvious that the college level is there. They bring in people in that run spread offenses. So what do? They take implementations of a spread offense, puts it, interweaves it with their system, and tries to make it. I mean, look at what Baltimore's doing right now. Look what they're doing for Jackson. Like, you see it. Like, I haven't seen the offense like that since the Atlanta days of Vic. Like, he's designed runs, man. Like, because they know the guy can't throw too well, but he can run his ass. And so they play to his strengths. One of the biggest things that John and I have been saying throughout all these weeks is that Houston does not play to his players' strengths. Look, here's my question. I'm being honest here. Do you honestly think Deshaun Watson does not see 10 stacked in the box and not want to audible? Do you honestly think that he has the ability or the free range to audible? Just curious. Because I know on a couple plays he saw it. He even called the protection. He even tried to call the slide protection to the left side because they were overloaded. It was 10 on 8, man. Obviously someone was going to come clean. But he didn't have I'm telling you right now, I honestly think for as much as he's been in this offense, I don't think O'Brien trusts him enough to just say, no, screw that. We're going to run this. I really don't. And then it's an interesting thing about what Watson said. He said that O'Brien said, okay, you know what? I'm going to spread them out. And this was the last drive going in for the game-winning touchdown. I'm going to spread them out, and I'm going to put you in the right position. We're going to go this, that, or the third if they do this, that, or that. Okay, how come you weren't doing that the whole game, Bill? How come you wait till the game-winning drive to do that? They were obviously killing this guy for the most of the game, but you couldn't. Like you didn't. Like, to me, with him, it's too little, too late. Yeah, we got the dub, but dude, at a detriment of our quarterback getting killed over and over and over again. Here's my question, Texans fans: what's going to happen when Deshaun holds the ball too long? His offense gives up a clean break, and Deshaun gets hurt.
Yep.
Oh, then everyone's gonna be all, oh, no, I'm not gonna hear anyone go, oh yeah, Texans are the best shit. They're gonna go, oh, we're fucking done. We're done.
Yeah.
That's exactly what. That's my point.
That's what happened last
We're
year.
only going to go as far as Watson takes us, and we can't go that far with Watson because of what Bill O'Brien is coaching us. That freaking simple, man. This is why we don't jump on the craze or surf the battle red wave or whatever. You know, play with the blue steel dildo. I don't know, whatever you want to say. We don't do that. So if you come here wanting to be a Homer Rickson fan, please by all means come on in, but expect us to pretty much challenge you on your thoughts. So let's see, where does the credit go? Hold on, Kenneth Collinson. Kenneth, man, you kill me. Where does the credit go during a 9-game win streak?
Luck.
I would put 4 of those 9 games. I would actually credit the other head coach
Yeah.
for the other, not even our head coach. I would credit the other head coach and our players. Next, what other kind of question you got? Jay wants to thank you. Like our offense start looking towards the end of the game, the shit pisses me. I know, David. We know. We know, man. That's why we're here. We see it all the time. I mean, when you have when you have uh, Watson coming out and telling people after the game or during media conferences that yeah, Bill said we'd spread it out and like, okay, why wasn't Bill doing this earlier? Do you see what I'm saying? There's no fight. There's no fight in this dog. There's no heart in this team, and it has nothing to do with their heart. It has to do with the veins that are pumping the blood to the heart, and that's the coaching. The coaching sucks. You really honestly think we're gonna go somewhere? I don't understand it. No shit. And David Wynn, you're right. And for all those people that are bashing my boy Fairbairn this whole for most of the year because he started off slow, that guy's been nothing but clutch for like I don't know 8-9 weeks in a row. I don't know. He's not Randy Bullock in the slightest. He's way more accurate than Bullock. Let's be real. First pick, Girl Medina says, first pick in the draft, Greg Little or Dalton. I think the first pick in the draft's a QB, man. As of now, who's got the number 1 pick? Jacksonville?
It's either
Jacksonville has the.
Is it them or San
I think
Francisco?
San Francisco won, surprisingly. So I really think it's
now.
Jacksonville.
San Fran's only won 4.
I'm pretty sure it's Jacksonville, man.
Okay.
Anyways, I'd have to go back. But if Jacksonville's got the number 1 pick, they'd be stupid to go anywhere else but quarterback. They got to. They don't have a choice. I see a change play call. Okay, Mr. Killer KB. Hey, look, all right, so hold on. That's a great question, John. You want to answer this? He says, last season when Watson was hot, I've seen a change in the play calling. It works, so why not stick with it and make it? It's not making any sense. Okay, yeah, I'm going to kind of take a page out of Honcho's book on this one, out of Soft Sports. I actually think he's onto something. I think Bill O'Brien is so brash and so arrogant that he's literally saving his open up offense for the fucking playoffs. I'm not joking. I actually firmly agree with that, and that's saying.
I hope so. I hope so.
Now here's the back end of that. Like John just said, you ain't been running that kind of offense, homeboy, and all of a sudden you're just gonna flip a switch and it's gonna be good to go. Nah, Mari. She crazy, Mari. I don't know what she thinking, Mari, because that's not gonna happen. That's just not. I'm sorry. You cannot just flip a switch when you've been running 16 weeks of the same shit. Now that would be difficult for me to sell. So,
I don't know if I mean, I hope so, and I hope that they miraculously somehow pull it off, but I don't believe that. I truly believe this man is stupid enough to where he thinks that running the ball is gonna be effective. I believe he's just that dumb. Let me see. Kenneth.
Okay,
he is. They reported that they were going to begin to open up the playbook. Yeah, but how many weeks has he said that, man?
And by the way, why would you say that out loud
Exactly.
with the other team listening?
If he really said that, then he just confirmed he's an idiot.
That's like the president going, you know what? We're gonna go over there and we're gonna bomb Russia. Shh, don't tell them. I mean, give me a break, dude. Come on, man. Take that with a grain of salt.
When is Foreman coming?
Foreman is.
Yeah, there was a report today that they said he could be back this week for Philly. I don't believe it's gonna happen. What I'm interested in is when the hell is Kiki coming back? We could really use him. When? What's wrong with him?
I can tell you.
The Will
He's a third round draft pick receiver. We never play those real well. Jalen Strong, Devere Posey. I mean, I can go down the list. Braxton Miller, third round receivers, just for whatever reason. Just I don't know. Maybe he truly is injured. Number 2. I don't think that's it, by the way. Number 3, he doesn't know Bill O'Brien's expansive playbook as a slot receiver. Kind of hard to believe when he catches 10 balls in one damn game. But okay, I'll buy it. I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, I know hamstrings are nagging injury for big dudes, but I'm pretty sure for a speedster it's probably even worse because you're so explosive with it. So I could understand why, but I'm not really worried about Kiki. Here's my question. Why the hell is Cerise Wright starting over Colvin?
Yeah.
That's my big question. Riddle me that, Fred. Why in the hell? The guy you went and paid an assload of money, the one that Edmund swears by the way, is an elite corner. That was funny. Why is he not starting? And then when you do put him in, he ends up making a crucial play. Funny how that works. I don't know. Y'all tell me. That's on rack? You mean like the same thing with Duke Ejiofor? Here's my other question. Rushing specialist. Showed you. Most of the beginning of this year. Think he got banged up a little bit and nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. It's baffling. I don't know what to say.
Here's a question, and I'm going to tell you, I'm getting echo off of you. I can hear myself, right?
There's Danny.
Let's see. Do we get a Bill got 10 wins beanie? No, you don't. Because you know what? This is what I was going to ask. What happens to Bill O'Brien if he loses out? Do you think anything at all happens? I mean, do you even think it's a possibility that he just they cut ties? Enough is enough. You've gone 9-7. Your first season, you get 10 wins, and you just flake out.
So if Cal McNair really wants to make a name for himself, right?
Yeah.
And that scenario happens, and he fires Bill O'Brien, that would score humongous brownie points in my, because that means this is not the same regime that we're used to.
Yeah.
That's what that would mean to me. In all likelihood, it happening, probably not. Bill, I'm telling you, man, he's some kind of who's dumber, Cornell's or Bill?
Bill.
At this point,
I'm all in with Bill on that one.
Yeah, at this point, I got to give Bill the crown on that one. Sorry. Let's see here. Let's see what H-Train said, because I love his homerific stuff. Basically, the Texans suck. Our 10-4 record is fake. We don't deserve to win shit. Ooh, he's a little feisty right now. We're going to lose. Hold on. We're going to lose in the first round. Everyone has figured us out, and that's mentally now on I love Houston shows.
I agree with everything he just said. I know he's being sarcastic, but yes.
I know he's being very facetious, but right? That's
true.
Exactly it.
It's all true.
That's exactly it.
I mean, I don't know how he simplified it to the T. That is perfect explanation of this season. Yes, the Texans are the perfect example of fool's gold. That is what this season has been.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'll pull up their schedule right now, and we can look through every game. There were some, 2 or 3 maybe, that they actually won. The rest?
2.
2.
They have only won 2.
Let's go through. Okay? Week 1, loss. Week 2, loss.
What a shocker.
Week 3, Giants, loss. You win against the Colts, 37-34. Who really won you that game? The other team. Okay? The Cowboys. The Cowboys, we went into overtime. On paper, we are such a better football team than them. It is ridiculous. We played down to their level, and we won by 3 points in overtime. The Bills. We almost lost to the Bills. We won on a pick 6 from a backup QB. That game was handed to you. Handed to you. In a game, you should have blown them out. The Jaguars, you legitimately won that game, 20-7. The Dolphins,
Agreed.
You legitimately won that game, 42-23.
Agreed. Some of your best football back-to-back games.
That's where it ends. Because against the Broncos,
Agreed.
a team that you are so much better than, yet again, it comes down to a field goal at the end. With such a high-powered offense, it comes down to a field goal, and you only scored 19 points. The Redskins, the freaking Redskins, even after you took out Alex Smith, 23-21. Tennessee Titans, you legitimately won that game 34-17. That's why I said 3. Cleveland, okay. I didn't give them credit for the Cleveland win. Although there was a lot of ugliness in that game and you let Baker Mayfield pretty much pick your secondary apart to a degree, I'll give you a legitimate for that one. So let's say 5 legitimates.
I won't.
See, Ray's a little harsher than I am. Then you lose to the Colts. And
Handily, I might add.
And then I don't even think we need to argue the Jets game. The Jets game was just terrible. They very nearly defeated you. The Jets.
Arguably worse than the Bills and Browns game to me, personally.
That was an embarrassment. Look, we're going through each and every single game here. I count for myself 5 legitimate wins. Ray counts 4, I say. 3. Okay, 3. So you're not counting. So you're not counting Cleveland.
No.
Okay. So that's just me. Now, here's my other thing.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'll count Cleveland 4.
Okay, fine, 4.
I'll count Cleveland.
Okay, here's my other thing. You're at the end of the season playing against teams who are scratching to get into the playoffs. These guys want it. You can pretty much rest assured that you can probably sneak your way into the playoffs right now on the Texans. 2nd seed, this team's comfortable. Don't get it twisted. This team's very comfortable. Okay? You're going up against Philadelphia, who's coming hot off a win over the Rams. And then you got Jacksonville, who's just pissed off because they suck so bad. This is the worst time of year to play the teams that are terrible because they want to just ruin you. They want to ruin your playoff hopes and aspirations. They want to ruin your playoff scenario. This is the worst time of year to play terrible teams. And Bill O'Brien's going to do what Bill O'Brien does. He's going to run the ball, and if he can't run the ball, Watson's going to throw the ball too many times. The offense is going to be out of sync. And O'Brien, if he gets a lead, will be conservative and let the other team get back into it. Unless you have a Miami performance or a Jaguars performance. But I don't see that happening. And we'll go into the playoff scenarios in a bit. But I don't see this team, honestly, beating any of the top contenders in the AFC.
To me, honestly, even though their Nick Foles is most likely going to start, you honestly cannot sit there as a Texans fan and go, oh yeah, we can win that game. I don't see how you can. I really don't. Based on your performances, I won't even go the whole year. I'll say last 2 weeks. Based on those performances, you can't say that. Very difficult to say that. So
I'm just reading some of the comments. Let me see. Brandon said, "Didn't know the Colts scored those points for us." Yeah, well, they gave you perfect
Mhm.
field position on on a stupid call. Just
Oh shit, Ed Honcho in the house. He put it way down in the jungle deep on me. Jay Dizzle in the house. What's up, guys? So Brandon 3-3-5. So if it's an ugly win against the Eagles, is still a mediocre team. If they win against the Eagles, even if it's a, I will be a little less worried about the Jacksonville game. But
oof.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm calling my prediction. I'm honestly saying fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah,
30-17 Eagles. Easy.
I agree.
I think Houston gets trounced. That's just my opinion.
And one thing you have to
I have no
remember, this
faith in
team,
the
for
coaching
whatever
staff.
reason, when Nick Foles is at the helm, they have just this sort of confidence that I can't explain. Nick Foles is this. It's weird. I can't even explain it.
Dude, this is it. He said it. Alshon Jeffrey and Ertz are going to destroy our defense. Destroy them. And if they don't do it, Nelson Aguilar will.
Yep.
I'm telling you right now, we don't match up good against the Eagles. Hardly anywhere, quite frankly. The only place we have an advantage is D Hop against their secondary. That's about it. That's about it. They got a really stout run defense that people take
Don't
pretty
forget
much.
Golden Tate.
Fletcher Cox is arguably one of the best defensive tackles in the league. I'm just throwing that out there against a middle line that was getting pushed back by fucking the Jets. I mean, I'm not saying Leonard's no chump, but at the same time, I mean, you guys delusional, bro. Ertz is gonna eat these boys up, man.
Yeah.
Unless they throw Dylan Cole on them or something like that, or they spy him, or they bring. I don't know, man. I don't see anyone matching up with Ertz or even Jeffrey. I honestly think Jeffrey could body up anyone in our secondary. It don't matter who it is. That's just me.
I'm predicting 1-1 going forward. I say win. You're gonna win against Jacksonville, but you're gonna lose to Philadelphia, and then you're gonna end back up in the third seed. I mean, look. I'll be honest. I when Pittsburgh lost or won that game against New England, I don't want to jinx them. I don't. But it gave me a slight bit of hope. A slight bit of hope.
Come back, son.
I'm
Come back.
no,
Come
trust
back.
me. I'm still grounded. I'm
Come
still
back.
in reality. But my thing is, this team has never had this opportunity before. Never. You've never been sitting in the second seed, and all you need to do is beat these last two teams who, come on, guys, let's be honest. These are two beatable teams sitting in front of you with the roster you have.
Yeah.
These are two beatable teams. You should not have an issue winning these last two games. You shouldn't have had an issue winning a single game on this schedule other than New England. That was the only game that should have given you trouble, and that's even that one against New England's arguable.
I see. I agree with Danny. You want to know? You want to make me? You want to convince me? Oh, Mr. Grinch that I am. You want to convince me of this team? Win out.
Yeah.
Win out.
Yeah.
If you win out, you can't say much more negative shit about it. Win out.
I would love
I'll
to
gladly
eat
eat
crow
crow
on
on
this.
this.
I would love to eat my crow.
Please prove me wrong. I'm begging you, prove me wrong. Please. But they're not going to. They're going to get their asses kicked by the Eagles. And to make matters worse, quite frankly, barring how the playoff scenario hits, I'm convinced that Jacksonville might even beat them too.
Yep.
I mean, someone in the chat said it a minute ago. They'll be trying to hurt people.
Yep.
They ain't got nothing to lose.
Nope.
What are they going to do? Suspend them the year? The year's over after that game. What do they care? I mean, you put it past Jacksonville not to do something shady like that? I don't know. Maybe you guys got more faith in people than me. Me personally, I don't.
And that's the thing. This time of year, this season at least, a lot of the top teams, and yes, as much as we don't agree, Houston is statistically a top team right now. They're falling off. New Orleans is down to Carolina right now, 7-6, heading into the fourth quarter. The Eagles just beat the Rams. The Rams were beat by the Bears. Uh, Kansas City has nearly lost a few games as well. They haven't, but they were very close. New England's been getting beat. I mean, we're due for one. The Jets almost did it against us. Eagles could very well do it next week. And who's to say, like you said, Jacksonville can't do it either. But here, let's look at the standings. Let's look at the playoff scenario. All right. Right now, as it stands, Kansas City's first seed, Houston second. Third seed is New England. Fourth is Pittsburgh. Fifth are the Chargers. And sixth are Baltimore. Now, if the playoffs started today, New England would face Baltimore and Pittsburgh would face the Chargers. And Houston,
let them knock each other off.
And Houston and Kansas City would be on a bye. Now,
That
looking at these matchups early, personally, I predict New England over Baltimore and the Chargers over Pittsburgh. Those are my picks. Now, given my picks, New England, Chargers, Houston would automatically have to play the best seed since they're the second seed.
Fuck, Chargers.
No, New England is third.
Oh, God, that's right.
And I honestly prefer that matchup over Los Angeles. I prefer them to play New England over the Chargers.
Oh, wow, I didn't think about that.
And we would get them at home. And I honestly believe this New England Patriots team is looking older. They're not the same team that they were several years ago, not even last year.
Not even close.
Houston could legitimately beat this team. Now, I'm not saying if they played tomorrow, I'm picking New England personally. I am.
Agreed.
But Houston can beat this New England team. Tom Brady's not the same Tom Brady he was last season. He's just not. Now, then you would have Kansas City playing the Chargers. I would pick the Chargers in that game. And then you would have a Texans-Chargers, possibly AFC Championship game. Now, here's one thing that I will say. If they make it to the AFC title game, I will consider that not something I am thrilled about. It's obviously not the best possible outcome, but it is a step in the right direction for Bill O'Brien, for the organization. Say what you want. You make it to the dance. If you make it to the Super Bowl, I'll shut up. If you win the Super Bowl, you won't hear me. We can have an Eagles-type year, win the Super Bowl, and then shit the bed the next year. I won't care. After winning a Super Bowl, I would want you to build up a dynasty similar to the way New England has had in the past several years, and that is so doable. You literally just need a few more offensive linemen and a secondary and get yourself some legitimate coaches, and boom. You have a team that can be in the AFC title game for the next several years. But I don't see that happening. But like I said, if Houston makes it the distance, I'll shut up.
It's so simple. It really is. It's so simple. But it's not. So, I already told y'all. I already made a bet. About the AFC Championship. Houston makes the AFC Championship. I think I have a bet with H-Train about that. If they make the Super Bowl, I have another bet going on with Jon on the side. That's none of y'all's business. We'll talk about that later. But it'll be something very humbling and very live. I know that.
Yeah. And no,
yeah,
it's not a beanie.
No, it's not a beanie, Danny. For love of Christ, don't even go there. Jesus. Anyway, guys, I really, everyone watching, just listen to me real quick. I want my team to win. I love my Texans. I don't want them to be a joke anymore. I don't want to be the fan of a joke franchise. I want to see. Forget wins. I just want consistency. I mean consistency on a good level, not consistently at a shit level. Consistency. That's all I want. I'm not even saying I want a dynasty. If you want me to sort of give you a kind of, if I had to compare them, to a franchise that I would want them to mimic. And no, it's not the Pats, because what the Pats are doing is unrealistic and will probably never be seen again. Let's be real. But I would say something close to what the Steelers do.
Yeah.
The Steelers, year in and year in and year out, always have a hard. Anytime you see Steelers on the schedule, you go, ooh, you kind of cringe a bit because you know it's going to be a hard fought game and it's not going to be easy. That's what I want for Houston. I want people to come into our stadium and cringe at the fact that they got to come face us because we're going to mollywop whoever the hell comes through the freaking door.
Yep.
That's all I'm asking for. I'm not even asking for much. Look, wins are great. I look. If I swear to God, and I'm not joking on this. If you give me a team that is feared in this league, you will not hear this man say anything negative about Houston that entire season. Because I know, because as a fan, I truly feel that they're in any game no matter who it is. We're not pretenders, we're contenders. And that's the whole point. We don't have. I hear all these people, and let's go. Thank you, Jay Dizzle. Earn some respect, man. Astros had to do it. Hell, their motto was earn it. Why can't you adopt that motto? Why can't you have some pride in that? Why can't you be that dog? I'm not saying you got to go out and shoot someone on the field like it's last Boy Scout or something like that. I'm not saying you got to go do anything crazy like that. But I'm just saying just be a team that teams fear, not a team that people go, oh, Texans, yeah, because that's how I feel. I feel Bill O'Brien said it best. We're a laughing stock. We're a bunch of clowns in a rodeo right now, just trying to do our best to tame what bull we can without getting a horn up our ass. I mean, that's just the reality. And all these fans, man, I'm so sick of seeing this. And I heard this one guy, I hope he's on here right now, and I'm going to call him out. First call out on J&J Sports. Mello, if you're in the chat, allow me to impart some wisdom that Jay Dizzle was trying to give you last night, but you just didn't want to take a damn hit. It's not about what kind of team other teams were in the past. I don't care about those teams. I care about this team. I don't care about other teams. I care about this team. You're comparing 9-7 Giants, 9-7 Pats. You're saying everyone, oh, you're so negative. You're so negative. You know what? It's not negative when you know what you see. A regular fan, look, his whole thing yesterday was any given Sunday. Well, no shit. Any given Sunday. What kind of dumbass comment is that? No shit, any given Sunday. But I tell you what, any given Sunday for like a Pats fan or a Steelers fan or fans that are powerhouses are not, oh my God, if we just do this, we might have a chance to win. No, we're going to win this game because we're whoever the hell it is. Any given Sunday means shit when you have the talent that we have on our roster versus the people who shouldn't even be on the field with us. And we coddle them the whole game and barely win because we're trying to cup their balls? Give me a break, dude. It's a lame argument. I can't go with that, bro. I can't go with that. Any given Sunday. So what? It's any given Sunday. No shit. But any given Sunday with the roster we got should be disaster for, like John said, 95% of the people in this league. Period. I'm sorry. And if you think that way, look, this is where it gets really quick. The very fact that you speak on it like that is why this team is such a bitch. That's that bitch ass attitude. I don't want that attitude. I want the attitude of we're gonna go in there and we're gonna stomp their ass. And we got a really good chance of stopping a big hole in their ass. Not, well, it was a great victory. They won by 3 for a fucking scrub-ass team that shouldn't have been on the field. Give me a break, bro. Come on. That's a lame-ass fucking argument, dude. I'm sorry.
Danny says, any given Sunday, I get a heart attack when I see these retards play.
Dude, look, man. I'm serious. Look, I'm a big dude anyways, so this is kind of neither here nor there. But I'm gonna have to start taking blood pressure medication watching these fucking games, dude. I mean, I'm like, I need an oxygen mask, and I'm not even playing the fucking game. Like, this is brutal. Like, it shouldn't be that way. With the talent that we
Yeah.
look in the past, we couldn't say that. We couldn't say with the talent we got, we should be just blowing people out. And here's the funny part: when people want to compare the old Texans teams, totally different teams, totally different coaching scenarios, totally different mindset, totally different everything. You cannot compare those teams. You can't. You can't. You cannot compare this team. Look, I can tell you right now, you want me to put those 10 and 12 team up against this team, I guarantee they would smoke this team's ass. If you want to go that route. I don't want to go that route. To me, it's null and void. It makes no sense. Any given Sunday. Give me a break, bro. I understand they're grown men, but at the same time, that bitch ass mentality of, oh, let me roll over and just do just enough to get by. That's what's wrong with this damn country right now, man. Not fuck sports. That's what's wrong with this country, period. I don't want to roll over and just die. I don't want to be content with the mean. I want to be above and beyond that. I want to work to something different. I don't want to keep going the same route. I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. Screw that shit. And that's what we need on this team. We need that kind of mentality. We say we got it, but we really don't. Look at how we play. And then you look at the coach, the leader of men, saying, I don't know. I don't know. And you think we're going to go far with this guy. Come on, man. Put your head out your asses. For real. This is not a hard concept to follow. Just think about it.
Yeah. Another very, and look, I think you mentioned it on your last, on the last video you did without me. You said I need to record myself watching a game because if you think I'm heated now, I mean, I'm the same way, dude. Like here it may not seem like it, but when I'm watching a game, I jump out of my seat several times. I'm tossing my hat at the TV. I'm kicking furniture.
Exactly, bro. Dude, I want to do a live with me and John.
For the playoffs, we should do it.
We would scare people off of our fucking channel with the amount of just insaneness that probably comes out of our mind and how stupid we look. Mm-hmm. Just screaming at a TV set. We'll probably even scream at each other, dude. Dude, I'm telling you, if my wife's on the stream, dude, I'm telling you right now, I bless her heart, she don't like watching the games with me. I can tell you that right now. She does it because she appeases me and I appreciate it, but I get so amped up. Like I can sit on my stream, dude. I'll sit with my dad. My dad's like, dude, the fuck, chill out. You're crazy. And I'm like, no, man, I can't chill out. The fact that you want me to chill out just shows how bitch ass you are. Like, I don't want that mentality. I want passionate fans. I want passionate Texans fans that keep it real, that don't sugarcoat shit. That's what I want. That's what a majority of the Houston fans want. That's why Josh Ennis says it all the time. That's why there's no hype in this town right now. There's no hype in this town. And if there is hype, it's because everyone's jumping on the last minute. When we've been there since day one. So don't come at me with all this, you guys are just negative all the time shit. Man, screw that. It's not negative. It's just look at what you got. Do you really trust Bill O'Brien to lead you to the promised land? I don't. I'm sorry, dude. The dude has proven it for 5 fucking years. He doesn't know what he's doing. And if he does, when are you going to prove it? Now? Explain it, dude. I don't understand, man.
Brandon just said what I was thinking. He said, did Ray just call his dad a bitch, or did I hear that wrong?
I said his attitude, and I love my dad. Dad, I love you if you're watching.
That's what I heard too. I thought you said that shows how much of a bitch you are.
Hey, but Dad gets pissed about it too. Let me be real, man. Dad gets mad about it too.
See, my dad and what I do, and this is not what I'm doing here. This is actually truth. But what I do during the games is I psych myself out. I'm like, oh, these guys suck. They're not gonna win. I need to psych myself out because I feel like that negative juju will make them play better. And you know what? A lot of times it works. And my dad does the same thing, so that's who I get it from. But when it comes to playoff time and the score is final and we lose, he's like me, kicking furniture around, throwing things around, yelling, just saying things that are bad.
See, my dad's real more chill about it, but I know inside he just wants to lose his damn mind. Because my dad, he equates it to every time I bitch about it, he said this too. He said, Well, now you know what it's like to be an Oilers fan. That's about as animated as you get, dude.
Uh,
And it's funny because I'm like, dude, I know you feel a certain way about it, man, but it is what it is. Hold on. Honestly, hold on. Question for me, hold on. Honestly, as Texans fans, we're complaining about wins. We're not the past Steelers or Green Bay. Okay, hold on. Someone asked me another question. Hold on. How many winning seasons do we have prior before to Bill O'Brien question to Ray Ray? Not many. Not many at all. I will admit that. But you do know that Bill O'Brien's record is barely 500 as a coach, right?
yeah, I think he
I'm
did that
just
this
throwing that.
season.
I mean, it's like I think 4 games over 500 now, maybe a little more. But even as a 5-year, 10-year head coach that's has put his brand on the team, eh. I mean, look what happens when Watson goes down, dude. We go 4-12. Like, like I mean, what do you? I mean, I guess the question how I hear it is, are you content with winning seasons? Are you content with the mediocrity?
No.
And the answer is still no. I just did a rant on that. No, it's not. I don't. I don't care if they went 9-7. I would if I had a team that I knew had a chance in every single game, and there wasn't a time where I went, they don't match up real well against this team, and they went like, let's say they went 7-9 or 8-8 or even 9-7. I would be a little more, oh no, we got this. We can take care of it. We got dogs. We got this, that, and the third. We got a good coach that can game plan. There's just there's a lot that goes into that, and Bill O'Brien does not bring that. Let's see here. Hold on, got some more on. Here we go. Kenneth, didn't you say this yesterday? Honestly, as Texans fans, who are we to be complaining about wins? We're not the passive Steelers or the Green Bay Packers. Thank you for proving my point. That's that bitch ass attitude. Why can't we be? Why can't we be? You answer that question. Why can't we be? Why can't we expect our team to be better? Why can't we expect our coach to be better?
So I got an interesting question for you. Just looking at the playoff picture right now, I can tell you right now who I think is going to play in the Super Bowl, but I want to know who you think is going to end up in the Super Bowl.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
I have a pick. I think people are going to give me a lot of crap for it, but I feel very strongly about who I think is going to be in the game.
I'm reading these comments. Give me a second.
Okay.
Cole, I'm not saying we can't. I'm just saying we aren't as we speak. Okay, I agree with that. But eventually, you gotta get beyond the point of the meme. You just have to. Eventually, you have to want more. not as, not even as a fan, but I mean, obviously, the players are gonna want more. I question the validity of whether Rack or Bill really wants more. I would love to think they do. I can't presume to know what another man thinks, but your actions speak louder than your words. And I've been hearing a lot of this and not enough show.
Yep.
Again, that's just me. Yeah, I gotta go with Jay Dizzle, man. I think it's Chargers. Honestly,
I'm going Chargers, Bears.
I know you are a Bears fan.
It's not even because of that. Honestly, I don't pick Homer, and my comments about the Texans should be evident of that enough. But here's my argument for that. Look at what the Bears did to the Rams. I mean, a great offense that put up as much as nearly 60 points in one game. Held them to, I believe, a single digit. And then you have the Saints, who look at who they struggled against, Dallas. And they lost that game. And they did it because Dallas has a decent defense. Chicago has a great defense. A great defense. And that will trouble the Saints' offense.
Okay, man, hold on. Let me read this before Danny pops a beanie. When Watson goes down, right, reverse psychology bullshit power is activated, and Joe Webb takes us to the Super Bowl. Reads the Bears defense and scores 40 points against Khalil Mack.
Oh my God.
Oh, Danny, little Danny boy.
Well, I agree with his NFC prediction at least.
Hey, check this out. Here's my question to you, John.
Uh-huh.
What if it ends up being Houston Bears? What you gonna do, buddy?
I'm going for the Texans.
But
But don't get me wrong. I won't feel as bad if they lose to the Bears, but I'm it's always going to be Houston over anybody.
How many teams thrive when they have a backup QB? Well, okay, not many. I mean, but at least you want to have a competent. I don't know. Look at Philly. Look at Foles.
Let me see. Jay Dizzle says, if the Bears get there, how drastically does that change the perception of Trubisky? Well, what's your perception of Trubisky? Because I think he's actually a very solid quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think. I think Trubisky is.
He's playing how Watson should be playing in an offense that is being accommodated to his skill set.
Right. I think Trubisky is in that next level of up and coming quarterbacks like Winston, Trubisky, maybe Wentz to a degree if he ever stays healthy. I just think they're like the next generation to come in. When the Rodgers and the Brees and the Brady's retire. So, So how can you follow Brian for having a 97 season we ain't had shit to work with at the QB position? Okay, good point. Here's my point. Here's my retort to that. How can I blame Bill O'Brien for the abysmal offense now with the good QB? Explain that one away. That's my question to answer your question. Why is it that Bill O'Brien, every time he's had a consistent quarterback for a long period of time, has progressively gotten worse over time?
And they get better when they leave. Look at what Case is doing in Denver. He's playing a hell of a lot better than he did when he was here.
And I'm not saying they're going to the next team and being world beaters. I'm just saying they do better than they're with the Texans.
Yep.
Can't fault him completely, should I say? Yeah, actually, again, this goes back to what I've said a long time ago at the beginning of the year. When your team is doing things that are not producing at a level that it'd be one thing if we didn't see what Watson did last year. Even in losses, the Seattle game, the New England game, the offense that they ran was explosive, bro. We've seen it. We know it's there, but we don't got it. Why? A lot of people would contribute that to Will Fuller going down. A lot of it will contribute to Bill O'Brien wanting to run the ball, dictate the pace. That 31-1 when leading at halftime shit, the analytics that really, really fuck with Bill O'Brien's brain. I guarantee he knows that stat and just follows it to the ends of the earth. I think all of that has to do with it. I also think that Watson had plays that geared more to his skill set versus what we're running now. Again, I don't think Watson has the ability. I call it the Schaub experience. I think he's getting the Schaub treatment. I think he has the ability to audible to 4 or 5 different plays, and that's it. Fucking nothing else. Even though he may know the whole playbook, but I'm willing to bet that's what it is.
Man, these guys in the comments are wild. So I'm going to read Jay Dizzle's and then I'm going to read Bob's. So Jay Dizzle says, we've never had a roster this good and every team in our conference is beatable. We're going to have to step it up and take full advantage. Bob says, stop Ray Ray. Bill is the best head coach we have ever had and is breaking records. I will agree. As much as I dislike him, he is the best head coach we've ever had. I believe so. I would take him over Kubiak just because I feel he's produced a hell of a lot more offensively than Kubiak has. That's just my opinion.
It's hard to argue against results. Kubiak has Super Bowl wins.
No, as far as in Houston, the best head coach that Houston's ever had, what they've done for this team, I say O'Brien. And I think you
Well,
have
yeah,
to give it,
O'Brien's record's better than Kubiak as a Houston coach.
and I think you have to give it to O'Brien if he miraculously gets us to the AFC title game. Regardless, you have to give it to him. Let me see. Okay, well, I think we've pretty much kicked the dead horse as much as we can. So, what do you think is the final score prediction for Philly?
30-17 Philly.
30-17 Philly. See, I think we lose games, but when we lose them, we don't lose them by a lot. So I say we lose, but I'm going to go with 27-30 Philadelphia. That's my guess. Okay. A little bit of Astros news before we go on to questions from you guys.
Yay, Astros news.
So, earlier today...
So franchise know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah. Earlier today, Yahoo Sports reported that the Astros have signed a 2-year, $32 million contract with free agent outfielder Michael Brantley.
Guaranteed.
So, like I told you earlier, this is for me just an upgrade for Reddick, and I expect Reddick to probably be shipped out with a trade before the season starts.
Right. I agree. I think and left-handed bat. We have to have a left-handed bat in that lineup. We're predominantly right. Not only were we right-handed as pitching staff right now, but we're also predominantly right on our offense. Dude, we just got it. We need a left-handed stick, dude. And I agree. He's an upgrade. He's a Josh Reddick 2.0. I hope he stays healthy. The knock on him is whether he can stay healthy or not.
Yeah, he does have some injury concerns, but I gotta throw it back to the chat real quick because H Train predicts a 100-10 victory for Houston, and then Brandon says can't trust John with the news, and I'm sure he's referring to the Real Muto bit from. Oh man, you're gonna stay salty about that one, huh?
No, I'll just remind you of Will Fuller.
Okay, nah. Oh man, I think that one hits you worse though because even Brandon says poor Ray Ray. So
yeah, that one was. I actually legitimately shut my stream down because I was hot pissed. I was hot pissed, dude. Because I know rumors throughout earlier in the day that the talks were going, and I thought maybe something came over the wire. And John's never really done that before, so I took. This is what you have. This is what happens when you give someone an inch to take a yard and they fuck you in the butt with it. It's just,
I just turned into the CNN of J and J Houston Sportscast.
Yeah. You turned into what's that fool's name? The one that thinks he knows everything and reports really stupid rumors and shit. What's that fool? Not AJ Wojnarowski. What's that fool's name, bro?
John McClane. No, I'm just kidding.
No. Oh, don't talk. John McClane, bro.
Mr. Love You Blue himself.
Mr. Love You Blue, man. Dude, when Josh Ennis makes fun of him, dude, I start rolling, dude. I can't stop laughing.
Hey!
he sounds like Harry Carey. That's what cracks me up about it. Like, hey, Ronald. If the moon was made out of barbecue spare ribs, would you eat it then? Heck, I know I would. And I'd polish it off with an ice cold Budweiser.
Brandon says John also writes for The Onion. Yeah, I do. That's my day job. Okay.
Actually,
go ahead.
Danny said something that I want to throw out there real quick, and I'm going to kind of go back to the Texans real quick. I would rather them lose against Philly and beat Jacksonville. Honestly, if I had to do a split, I don't want them losing to Jacksonville because, for the love of God, I don't know what got up the Colts ass, but all of a sudden they scare the shit out of me. I don't want them anywhere near. I don't want them in the playoffs at all.
I agree.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I would much rather just seal it up with a Jacksonville win, lose to Philly, do 11-5, maybe hold that 2 seed, and be done with it. I don't want to lose to Jacksonville. Again, this is the same thing I said about I would rather them lose to the Browns than to Indy. Well, look what happened. They won against the Browns. They lost against Indy. Now look at the debacle we're in. I mean, we're what 10-4, and we still haven't clinched a playoff spot. What kind of shit is that? Like, that's crazy. I mean, it's pretty nuts, man.
So as we wind down, as always, we'll throw it back to you guys. So in the chat, type, ask whatever you want. We'll talk about it. We'll go over it. Doesn't have to be about football. Doesn't have to be about sports. Whatever you want. I guess I'll kick things off by saying I cannot wait for the XFL. And I know we talk about this almost every week, but I'm legitimately that excited for it.
Don't we have a top 5 names for the XFL right now?
Yeah, we did. I just don't remember what the top one was. I think the favorite was it Blast? I don't remember.
Yeah.
It was Blast.
So the Houston Blast, the Houston Scorch, the Houston Desperados. Oh God, what are the other two? Houston Mean Machine.
Mean Machine. I like Mean Machine.
And damn, what was the last one, bro? It was last one. What was it, dude? I think it was the Houston Rampage or the Houston Stampede or something like that.
David,
you're sorry, but what's the XFL?
It's the new football league coming in 2020. Let me see.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I think I'm gonna get with John on this, but I want to go to the first Houston XFL game.
Oh yeah, me too. I really do.
We'll both go.
Let's see. H Train says, "Let's talk about my Ray Ray jersey I got coming to me. I'm excited." Danny says, "Fun fact: the Falcons were almost the Confederates. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. Oh, really? The Houston Mustang. That's from Danny. The Houston Shuttles." Kenneth says, "Watson will probably end up with 30 total touchdowns and 4,000 passing yards and 10 picks with a bad O-line and limited wide receivers." Limited wide receivers? Excuse me, sir? My favorite is the Southern Trumps.
Jesus.
Leave it to Bob.
Danny, we can't use Houston Galaxy because the Galaxy is a WNBA team.
Yeah. Falcons were almost the Confederate. Yeah, we already said that. Still no tiebreaker for the dream teams. No, and you know what? Now we have 13 people in here. I am going to link the video to our dream team episode in the comment or in the description. Go watch it. Listen to our fantasy draft. Comment who you think has the better fantasy team. I'm telling you, I think I had the better team. You know what? Let me go in the comments of that video right now and see if anyone left one. To see if they named who they think's better.
I think it's funny about that video, man, because after we did that video, we broke it down by position on who we think would win.
Yeah.
It was dead even.
It was stalemate. So yeah, we have no.
Yeah.
We have no comments right now, so I'm gonna literally add it right now as the stream's going.
Okay. Do you even remember your full team?
I do not. but I know they were better.
No, not even close, bro. No, actually, it's funny because I really think that it was pretty even, man. I mean, we went down the list position by position, and man, it was deadlocked.
Yeah, when you break it down, it was pretty even when we'd break down the matchups.
Yeah. Okay. God, dude, that was a crazy. I love doing that. That was a good one, man.
Yeah, we got to do baseball or something next.
We got to do baseball. You got to do your research on baseball.
I do. I'm going to have to do my research for baseball.
Yeah, I already got mine. I can tell you mine right now. But again, if we do it round robin, that'll mess everything up.
Come on, man. It's the best defense. Name the wall. Oh, God. Kenneth Kalon says Ian Rappaport. Oh, is that who you're talking about with the rumor thing?
No, Ian Rappaport's pretty reliable.
Yeah,
actually.
That's what I was gonna say. The Travis Scott.
No,
Get Danny, you're
no,
banned.
no, I know who it is. Jason Lonconfora.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that dude is hot trash. Don't believe shit he comes out of his man. He is horrible, dude. Horrible, man. Jason Lonconfora is garbage, man.
Jeez.
You can't rely on that dude for nothing. I'd rather rely on pancakes than that guy.
All right, guys. Well, if that's all you got, let me see. Oh yeah, that dude is awful. That's from Kenneth. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty shite, dude. Seriously, man.
I'll ask you this: who's your favorite sports journalist? And don't say me. Or say me. No, but seriously, who's your favorite sports journalist? That's a hard one for me because
Skip Bayless.
this show's over. Good God. That's just.
I hate Skip, dude. I hate Skip. Dude, that guy, man, is such a.
I can't stand when they start talking about combat sports because it is so cringy. They have no idea what, like, if they're talking about boxing or MMA, I have to turn the channel because it's disgusting. It's just disgusting listening to those guys talk about certain things. They tried talking about golf.
Bro.
I don't even know anything about golf, and I know they're saying things that are just horrendous.
As much as I hate Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp is hot trash, dude.
Yeah, he is.
I'm sorry. Shannon Sharp is the dumbest dude known to man. Too many hits to the head, bro.
He thinks he's the reason he won the Super Bowls for the teams he was on.
I would rather listen to Stephen A. Smith than him, dude. And Stephen A. Smith is not no great shake either, but
I can't stand a lot of those top guys. I can't stand Stephen A. Smith. I can't stand Max Kellerman. But I agree. If I had to choose one that is the most bearable for me to listen to, it'd probably be Stephen A. Smith.
Actually, mine is Colin Hurd.
Oh, Colin Cowherd.
Cowherd, yeah.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of good dude. He keeps it 100, man.
Yeah, no, I know. I used to watch his show a lot when I had some time in the mornings before I started like working a lot. But I did enjoy watching his show. He had this blonde chick who was on there. Good Lord, she made me want to tune in. I did not miss a show when she was there, and then she left, and I did too.
How dare you, sir? Shannon Sharp is not funny. Shannon Sharp is so stupid he makes clowns look smart.
He's funny because he's stupid.
He's next level retarded, and a lot of the shit he says.
It's tough, man. But I still can't think of my favorite. If I had to go with one, I guess Colin Cowherd. But I'm talking legitimate sports journalists like John McClain or Brian T. Smith or man, anyone you can think of, really. And I really can't think of one, and that just goes to show you that I think the media coverage here in Houston is complete trash.
Nick Wright is just the most annoying Gollum-looking mother.
I can't stand Nick Wright. Can't stand.
I didn't like him when he was in Houston. Nope. I'm so glad LA took him from our ass. I can't stand that dude, man. Nick Wright is just, oh my God, bro. I like Pat Destat, but I don't know, man. Sometimes some of the stuff he says is just kind of cringe. I mean, he's got a bigger platform than me, so I guess he's doing something right.
I haven't heard his show with Carter.
Chris Carter?
Yeah, I haven't heard it. I don't know how Carter is.
It hurts. It's like watching Shannon Sharp.
So Carter's about the same then?
Yeah, a little. Jeez. I'd say he's a little more intelligent about it, but he has a lot of stupid takes too.
See, H-Train, I used to think Kellerman was okay until he started breaking down the McGregor-Mayweather fight and said that McGregor wasn't going to land a single punch. He lost all credibility after that. That was the stupidest thing I'd ever heard.
Hey, what about the dude that's from Houston, man? Oh, my God, I forget his name, bro. He's got all that sports memorabilia. He does live podcasts. It's not SVP. Um, damn, what's that fool's name, dude? I actually I've caught a few of his shows and I like his shows too. He's from Texas. Um, it's Pat something.
I'm not sure. The only Texas
Damn,
YouTuber
what's
I
that
know
fool's
of
name, bro?
is Shango. I think he does cowboy stuff.
Oh my God, what's that fool's name, dude? It's Pat something, man. Oh, I forget his name, but I like his show too, man.
Bob, that's not true. He landed several. He landed more significant punches than Canelo, than Manny Pacquiao. Granted, it was because Floyd was just trying to toy with him, but he significantly underestimated his ability in
Yeah,
there.
see, I agree with H Train and Diz. I like Max way better than Stephen A. Man.
In all sports, like on ESPN, yeah, because at least he's more bearable to listen to. But uh,
Doesn't he has a boxing background, don't he?
yeah, he's a boxing guy. Yeah, yeah. And I think he just HBO just ended HBO boxing, so now he's gonna be purely ESPN, unless he decides to go and cover boxing for Showtime or someone like that. But I don't see that happening. Um,
Why do you think boxing is not as popular as it used to be, bro?
I think the heavyweight division has a lot to do with making it exciting. And right now, there aren't, at least in America, there aren't any top American star like there used to be back in the day. You'd have there were you couldn't even count on one hand how many boxing heavyweight mega stars there were. Today, the biggest heavyweight boxing star we have is Deontay Wilder. And 9 times, or there's a 50% shot that people know who he is. Like have you ever heard of Deontay Wilder?
Yeah,
Okay, well, see, you're more in tune with sports, but back then you could be, hey, have you heard of Mike Tyson? Oh, yeah, of course.
everyone.
Everyone
Oh,
knows who Mike
everyone,
Tyson are.
dude. I mean, everyone knew of Lacey, Tony, um, Mayweather. Well, not Mayweather. That's not too old. But I'm trying to think of what's that fool's name? Lefty left hook. What is his name? Lacey, right?
I
Left
believe
hook
so.
Lacey.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so.
Well, dude, I'm forgetting about old Chicken Boy. What's the guy that says he trains with roosters or what? What's that fool's name, dude? He went through.
Oh,
Um, damn. Why? I can't believe I'm forgetting his name, bro.
me neither. Jesus. What the hell? Oh man, why is it not coming to me?
God Almighty. He was like the Fight Night 3 video game, which boy, I used to mess people up on that game, bro. Um, nah, God, what's that fool's name? Dan Patrick. That's it. That's the Ace Train. That was the guy, not Patrick, but it's Dan Patrick. I like Dan Patrick's show.
Brandon says, who you got,
Oh my
John
God, what's
Jones
his
or
name?
Alex Gustafson? I got Jones.
Roy Jones Jr. and Bernard Hopkins.
Oh yeah, I love Bernard Hopkins. He's my favorite of all time. But yeah, I got John Jones against Gustafson. I'm going for Gustafson, but I got Jones.
Dan Levitard? No, hell no. Levitard is a retard. I'm sorry. Levitard is such a Florida homer. It's ridiculous. I think I like Dan Patrick because he gets all of his boys, his producer and stuff like that, into the mix. I
Yeah,
think that's why I like that he includes everyone on the set.
it's very rare that I enjoy a single speaker kind of show where it's just
Yeah.
one guy just talking. You look at some of the more entertaining shows out there, and it's kind of like there is a main host, but he's interacting with guys
Yeah.
and he's talking with them and stuff like that. So,
Dude, Dan Patrick's studio is pimp, dude. You've seen his, he's got a basketball
oh
gym,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
one of those golf things. Dude, his whole thing is like this interactive setup of sports along with his desk
yeah.
full of shit. Like, dude, it's pretty funny, man.
I see.
It's like the ultimate man cave for me, bro. Like, I wouldn't leave that room. I wouldn't have to.
I bet Ray Ray just loves Colin Coward. Well, he just said he loves Colin
I
Coward
do. I do love Colin Cowherd. Thank you very
because
much.
he
I
keeps it real.
absolutely. I think because he has he it, what separates him to me is he has different takes from everyone else that's on. Because if there's one story of the day, everyone focuses on the story and it's monotonous. It's the same thing over and over and over again. But Cowherd will take that story, but then morph it into like a, a whole bunch of different stories. Not only that, but he's one of the few guys that I hear singing the praise of how good Watson's going to be. He's very much in tune with what Watson's doing in Houston. So that's another reason why I like him.
I do agree with Brandon, though. Colin just needs to stick to football talk, not basketball.
I do too.
I don't like his basketball talk. It's cringy.
Is he a LeBron guy or a Michael Jordan guy? Which one is he?
I would assume LeBron.
Yeah, because I think it's like one of those epic debates. Are you a LeBron guy or are you a Michael Jordan guy? Are you a Beatles guy or are you an Elvis guy?
Wait, Jay Dizzle, what was his take on Sean Taylor? Because that's my favorite defensive player of all time. What do you say about Sean Taylor? I believe he's the greatest safety of all time.
What?
Sean Taylor? That's my greatest safety of all time.
What?
Yep.
Dude. He's good. He was good. Let's not get it twisted. The guy was a phenomenal player.
And it's
not the greatest.
Heartbreaking how it ended, dude. Like,
not the greatest.
Just terrible. Bob says, I'm going for Gustafson because Jones is a cheating piece of shit. Jay Dizzle says, I agree. I love Sean Taylor.
Yeah, no, Sean Taylor, dude, he's a great player, but to me,
called him a thug. I mean, his lifestyle was questionable. I only know so much about the guy. He passed away after I'd been watching football for maybe 2 or 3 years.
They did I think a 30 for 30, and there's another guy named Flimlo Raps that does a short series on him that was pretty revealing about what kind of guy he was. I think his rap was largely inflated. I don't think he was a thug, but I think that you put yourself in certain positions. It is what it is. But at the same time, I mean, he also, was a family guy, a big family guy. As a matter of fact, if you watch those documentaries, he was more about his family than playing football. As stupid as that sounds, because the way the guy played, you would think that's all he thought about was football. So yeah, I don't know, man.
I think I watched his football life, and there was a clip of him in high school where he's the receiver and his quarterback scrambling away. And he's wide open in the end zone, and his quarterback doesn't see, and he's pissed. He's jumping up, waving his hands, just throwing a fit. And the ball finally gets thrown to him, and he just catches it and like it's nothing. The guy just wanted to win, man. And you don't see that kind of passion anymore. Like, you just don't see that same drive that you did in the earlier days and in the earlier years. I mean, he was the last of a dying breed, to be honest. And I think one guy who has it right now is on our team is J.J. Watt. Is a guy who never gives up. He gives it 110% every snap. I just don't think you see that much.
I just can't believe he's having the season he's having, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I humbly eat crow on that one. I said he'll never be the same, and he's just come out and
he's balled out this season, man.
Damn.
And thank God, because I was afraid that he was done. I was one of those guys saying he's not going to be the same, and I'm glad he proved me wrong.
Yeah.
My dad just sent me a text saying Cam Newton sucks. Guys, if you're in the chat, did the game finish? I'm guessing the Saints won. If anyone can update me on that. Watt, defensive player of the year. I don't know. I think he's going to get edged out by Donald.
Donald, dude, is as great as JJ's been playing. Donald's on another level right now.
Donald's been doing. You know what? Y'all are gonna. Okay, fine. I'll admit I'm being a homer on this one, but y'all got to throw Khalil Mack in that conversation, man.
Again, yep.
You got to throw Khalil Mack in that conversation. Dude is a stud.
Yeah,
Cam Newton sucks. Danny says. Saints won 12-9. Jesus. Well, they weren't going to
Hey,
catch the Saints. I'm
hey,
going for a St. Louis loss,
but
though.
remember who they really are. Remember who their history is, the Saints.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a guy. I tell you what, Cam Newton. I can't stand Cam Newton, bro. I just, I can't stand him, man.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna wind down now. Um, I see 14 people in here. 2 of y'all have not liked the video, and one of them is probably James.
It's possible.
Well, we had a lot more earlier, and I'm
Yeah.
guessing a lot of y'all clicked because of my beautiful thumbnail, so I'll be making custom thumbnails for the rest of these videos.
Yeah,
Um,
that thumbnail says it all, ladies and germs.
it pretty much does, man. It sums up that Jets game to a T, and it sums up pretty much the whole season to a T. Yeah, but we're going to close it down. Is there anything you wanted to plug before we get out? That beautiful poster behind you.
Yeah, man. My wife's she's an independent affiliate for HempWorks. Go check out our website. I don't know if you can see it, but it's www.hempworks.com/awelch1247. Go check that out. If you have any other questions, you can always go to hempalot or HempWorks CBD oil. It's just for health and prosperity. She's actually doing she said it in the comments earlier, is that, with your purchase, not only will you get a discount, but you'll get 10 minutes of screen time with J&J.
Yep.
So if you're gonna do it, just let her know when you do purchase it that you're from J&J Houston Sportscast, and then she'll let me know, and I'll let John know, and we will invite you on for 10 minutes of whatever the hell you want to talk about. If it's to bash me, so be it. If it's to bash John, he deserves it. It is what it is, bro. But we'll go from there. H Train, you'll not get a jersey, bro. They're not going to AFC Championship. So
I'll throw one in there though. H Train, I'll send you this beanie if we make it to the Super Bowl. Not even win it, just make it. We make it to the Super Bowl. This beanie's yours.
Actually, I'll do you one better. If they make it to the AFC Championship, you'll get that.
There you go.
The first.
H-Train's going to get a bundle of goodies.
Yeah, buddy. So, hope and pray, bro. So, it is what it is, man. We'll go from there. But, thank you guys for coming out. As per usual, you guys choose to spend your time with us. We appreciate it, man. We love all the playful banter. We love all the comments. Again, we may agree to disagree, but this is a platform that John and I like to use to talk with Houston fans. We're going to be, as per usual, we always do pretty much a stream after a Texans game, whether it be win or loss. Also, go check out my boys plugged us yesterday on Saw Sports, so I'll plug them back. Check out Saw Sport, El Hancho, Senor Saucy, whatever you want to call them.
They plugged us?
Yeah, they gave us a plug yesterday.
Oh man, thanks, appreciate that.
Go check out Senor Dreadlock, and he'll hook you up. You know how he feels about the dreads. If you got dreads, you're doing it right. So go check them out. All the people on the round table. You got Wink, you got Wise, you got Joe Tin, you got Breaking News Braylon, Third Coast Sports, which is Wink. You got Darren Davis. We got about 10 people on there. I think Man Up's on there now. Myself, obviously, will lead you to this channel. So again, like I said before, guys, when it comes to, because I keep hearing people ask me questions about if we're in competition. No, we're all just like-minded people doing our own videos, doing our own streams, and we come together, man. I go to Honcho's shit. Y'all saw Honcho. He made an appearance a minute ago. He's probably doing a den right now, a den at 10. So I might go check that out afterward. But other than that, guys, we love you guys for coming out, man. Y'all just keep supporting. Tell your family, tell your friends, share it on your favorite networking, social networking platforms, and we'll try to bring you some more stuff later on.
All right, guys. We will see y'all next week.